These are 5 luxury sunglasses brands from one massive monopoly charging you 10, 20, sometimes 40 times what their products cost to make, and 3 brands that are actually worth your money. But to understand how we got here, you need to know about the most powerful company you've probably never heard of. Every pair of Ray-Bans, every set of Oakleys, those Prada frames at your optometrist, the Chanel sunglasses behind the glass case at Nordstrom. They all come from the same place. One company, one invisible empire called Luxottica. This Franco-Italian conglomerate sits in Paris, pulling in $27 billion a year in revenue. They operate over 17,000 retail stores worldwide. They run more than 600 factories across 150 countries. They own Ray-Ban, Oakley, Purcell, Oliver Peoples, Costa del Mar. They manufacture glasses under license for Prada, Chanel, Versace, Armani, Burberry, Dolce & Gabbana, Ralph Lauren, Tiffany, Michael Kors, Coach, Valentino, and Tory Burch. They own LensCrafters, Sunglass Hut, Pearl Vision, Target Optical, and Glasses.com. They even own Eyewear, the second largest vision insurance company in the United States. As Duke University economics professor Ryan McDevitt put it, they have full control over prices, and that's just a license to mint money for them. And that's exactly what they do. The average retail price for a simple eyeglass frame hits around $230. The production cost, $4 to $15. That's a markup exceeding 1,000%. Luxottica itself reports earning 64 cents of gross profit on every single dollar of sales. Meanwhile, competitors like Carl Zeiss Vision and Hoya Corporation control the premium lens market, but even they can't match Luxottica's retail dominance. The man behind all of this was Leonardo Del Vecchio, born in Milan in 1935, the youngest child in a desperately poor family. His father died shortly after he was born. By age 7, his mother couldn't afford to keep him and entrusted him to a Catholic orphanage. He started working at 14 in a steel factory. In 1961, he founded Luxottica in the small Italian town of Agordo. By the time he died of pneumonia in 2022, at 87 years old, he'd become the second richest person in Italy. And he built that fortune by turning a $4 product into a $300 one. This monopoly was so brazen that 60 Minutes did a full expose on Luxottica back in 2012, but nothing changed. The machine kept rolling, so let's talk about the 5 brands robbing you blind. Number 1, Ray-Ban. In the 1980s, a pair of Ray-Ban Wayfarers cost about $30. Today, the same style runs over $200. The product hasn't changed dramatically. The pricing power behind it has. When Luxottica bought Ray-Ban from Bausch & Lomb in 1999 for $650 million, the brand was effectively dead, oversaturated, poorly managed. Del Vecchio pulled supply, improved production quality, just enough to justify repositioning, and transformed Ray-Ban into a premium lifestyle brand. Aviators that cost $79 in 2000 hit $130 by 2009. Today they start at $170. Same basic design, same basic materials, just a very different price tag. Number 2, Oakley. This one gets personal. Jim Jannard founded Oakley in his garage in 1975 with $300. He built it into an iconic performance brand. Then, Oakley made the mistake of pushing back on Luxottica's pricing terms. Luxottica's response was swift and ruthless. They pulled every Oakley product from Sunglass Hut and their other retail chains. Oakley's stock dropped 33%. And then Luxottica swooped in with a $2.1 billion acquisition in 2007, paying a 16% premium over the cratered stock price. After the purchase, Oakley products went right back on the shelves of the very stores that had just boycotted them. at higher prices. Numbers 3 through 5 are the licensed designer brands: Prada, Chanel, Versace, Dolce & Gabbana, Coach, Michael Kors, Tory Burch. I'm grouping these together because the reality stays the same for all of them. Those Prada glasses at your optometrist weren't designed by Prada. They weren't crafted in a Prada atelier by Italian artisans. They were made in the same Luxottica factory complex as everything else. Walk through one of those facilities and you'll see production lines running side by side, sunglasses destined for Target at $6.99 and designer frames headed to Saks for $250. They cost pretty much the same amount to make. The $300 pair of sunglasses doesn't protect your eyes any better than the $100 pair. And chances are, the pair that costs $40 does the job pretty well too. Many independent brands use identical materials. Acetate frames, CR39 plastic lenses with UV 400 protection that you find in designer sunglasses. The price difference is brand name markup. Nothing more. Now, here are 3 brands that are actually worth it. Number 1, Warby Parker. This company exists because co-founder Dave Gilboa lost an $800 pair of glasses in the seat pocket of an airplane, and his co-founder Neil Blumenthal asked a simple question: why aren't glasses sold online? Andy Hunt, another co-founder, said it plainly. We thought that if we could charge a fraction of the cost, that would be good. Founded in 2010, Warby Parker cut out the middleman entirely with a direct-to-consumer model. Premium frames with polarized lenses start at $95. That's roughly 25% of what the market was charging. When they launched, they had a wait list of 20,000 people. They hit their first-year sales goals in 3 weeks. Today, they're approaching $800 million in annual revenue. They've announced a partnership with Google to develop AI-powered smart glasses, and they run a Buy a Pair, Give a Pair program that has distributed millions of glasses to people in need. Number 2, Maui Gym. This company started in 1987 when a fisherman began selling sunglasses on the beaches of Maui, Hawaii. Their patented polarized +2 technology delivers some of the clearest, most color-accurate lenses on the market. Many of their frames are handcrafted in Italy or Japan using high-grade acetate and metals. At $200 to $400, they're not cheap, but you're paying for genuine optical engineering, not a logo. Critically, Maui Gym isn't part of the Luxottica ecosystem. They were acquired by Kering in 2022, a direct competitor, which also owns Gucci and Saint Laurent. Number 3, Randolph Engineering. In 1973, 2 Polish immigrants named Jan Waskiewicz and Stanley Zaleski founded Randolph Engineering in Massachusetts. A decade later, they won the contract to make military specification aviators for the United States military. Every single Randolph frame goes through over 200 precise production stages, most completed by hand, right here in the USA. They remain family-owned and independent. Waskiewicz had a saying, "Never sacrifice quality over margin. It takes years to build your reputation, and only months to tear it down." At $200 to $350, you're paying for genuine craftsmanship and materials, not a licensing fee to a conglomerate. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Essilor Luxottica isn't going anywhere. They just acquired Supreme, the streetwear brand, for $1.5 billion. Their Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses have already sold over 7 million units, pushing into the AI wearables market that could define the next decade of consumer technology. They're building the future of what goes on your face. But you have a choice. You can pay $300 for a logo on a frame that cost $15 to make, manufactured in the same factory as the $6 pair at Target. Or you can spend your money on companies that actually earn it, through better technology, genuine craftsmanship, or a fairer price. The glasses are the same. The only difference is whether you can see clearly enough to notice.